I've made the wrong choice before. When I first started YouTube about 9 years ago, I bought the completely wrong camera. I bought a Canon DSLR, I believe, and it was mainly for photos. It wouldn't autofocus, it was very grainy, and when I looked back at the footage, I was like, what is wrong? Like, maybe I just don't know how to use the camera, because honestly, I'm not very tech savvy. But no, the camera itself wasn't designed for filming at all, and I had just made a huge mistake. I needed a new camera. I am now a content creator. After many years of hard work and trying, I finally am able to make some sort of income with content creation. I am mostly on TikTok. I also am trying to grow on YouTube, and I just upgraded my phone. I was with an iPhone 14 for about the first year. I got monetized with an iPhone 14 on TikTok, and that worked great for a while. Finally upgraded to an iPhone 16 with 1 terabyte of storage, just because storage was a hassle. Every time I had to go in to edit a video, I would have to delete my previous videos, a bunch of footage that I had saved, a lot of videos that had gone viral that were mine and I just didn't want to lose. I felt like I had to choose between the videos I wanted to keep in my phone and completely delete. To me, that didn't make sense because most of my work is TikTok videos and posting on Instagram. So I decided to upgrade to the 1 terabyte. That was a big investment and it has worked great. I did want to upgrade to a camera though, specifically for YouTube. I have been using my iPhone for YouTube videos. Sometimes it's up to an hour worth of filming and it's just a lot of footage. Sometimes I would like to do videos for YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So I would need a way to film vertically and horizontally at the same time. I have heard that with the camera, I can do both. I can film horizontally and then I can crop it vertically, which would work great. But right now with just my phone, I have to flip it back and forth, and it's just so much footage to keep around on my phone. So I decided that it was time for me to upgrade not only my quality, but I wanted to be able to grow more and just be able to film longer content, and I did want better quality. That was always my end goal. This year, for my birthday, I asked everyone to gift me money or gift cards so I could go ahead and buy my camera. So my parents, all of my siblings, everyone gave me money so I could go ahead and get my camera. I actually wanted to get my camera last year, and all of my family had gifted me gift cards again for a new camera, and my son had broken my Mac laptop. So I decided that it was more important to get a new laptop than to invest in a camera. So I waited a whole nother year and I decided maybe I'll save a little bit, and once the time comes, I'll be able to upgrade. But thankfully for my birthday, everyone was able to make it happen for me, and I am so thankful. Now I was stressing because I live about an hour and a half away from the nearest Best Buy, and I did not want to make the wrong choice. Everything I see online is the Sony ZV-E10 or anything Sony. I think Sony is like the content creator camera, and everyone's been raving about it. My sister actually has a Sony ZV-E10, and I considered getting that camera. I just did a lot of research. I spent like 2 or 3 whole days just looking at reviews, and I had decided I was gonna go with the Sony ZV-E10. That was the choice I was going to make. Then I did a little bit more research. There was a few things that kind of concerned me, and I didn't know what choice I was going to make until I went to the store. There is a few main differences. I was considering heavily the Canon R50 or the Sony ZV-E10. They're very similar in what they do. They're both designed to film and take really good photos. The only thing that concerned me about the Sony was that, one, it doesn't have stabilization, neither does the Canon. When I saw videos of people walking around holding the Canon versus the Sony, I felt like it stabilized a little better. I know that it says like in their packaging that neither of them offer like in-camera stabilization. It just looked a little better. Another thing that concerns me about the Sony is the overheating issues. I heard that if you film for too long, eventually around 20 to 30 minutes, the camera will start overheating. And for what I do, which is recipes, it typically is a long time of footage. Sometimes it's 40 minutes for a 1-minute video that I'm filming. And when I do my long form weekly menus, it's over an hour of footage that I have on my iPhone. Another thing that concerned me about the Sony was that their menu is a little complicated if you're not very tech savvy. And I was just a little hesitant to have to sit down and spend some more time trying to learn how to use the Sony. And then the Sony is also really great for color grading, but when you pull it off the box, from the reviews that I saw, it said that you do have to play with it a little bit and learn how to color grade, which is not something I know how to do. The kit lens isn't amazing. Some people love it. From most of the things that I saw, people had to eventually upgrade, and I looked at the upgrade that most people recommended and it was like $700 or $800. So that just doubled the price of the camera. I had a budget of around $1,000 that I could afford to buy a camera cash. And for me, I wanted something that would work for maybe a year or two until I outgrow it. But for what I need right now, right this minute, as a content creator, I think that the Sony ZV-E10 is an amazing camera from all of the reviews that I saw, and I would eventually like to grab one if it's possible. I film food recipes, sit down videos, and I want to start a little bit of vlogging, maybe just a content creator. I am not by any means tech savvy or really a filmmaker. So I just wanted something that would work. So between the ZE and the Canon 50, drum roll please, I decided to go with the Canon EOS R50 because it has an easier interface. So it's easier to like maneuver around. It's not very complicated. Color right off the box is perfect. I don't have to sit around and play with color grading or try to learn a bunch of stuff. And then stabilization, even though it says it doesn't have it, from the videos that I saw, it looked a little better. I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison of my iPhone 16 Pro and the Canon R50, and you're gonna have to tell me what you like best. Now I'm gonna show you everything that comes in the Canon EOS R50. I haven't even opened it yet. I got it yesterday night around 8 o'clock. I had to drive an hour and a half to get this, and I have been waiting all day to do an unboxing, to open it, to turn it on, just so I could show you guys, and I'm so excited. We'll have to come back for after a month and I'll have to let you know my thoughts. These are just some of the main reasons why I decided to go with the Canon R50. And if you're on the fence and super worried like I was, this was a huge decision to make. This is over $1,000. And like I said, I am not tech savvy. I'm not a tech bro. I'm not into filmmaking. I just want better content. I'm gonna go ahead and link down in the comments below some of the stuff that I used, the Canon R50 on my Amazon storefront. If it is something that interests you, I do get a small percentage from any of the Amazon links that you get, and that would really help my channel. And let me know what camera you would choose between the Canon EOS R50 or the Sony ZV-E10. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what kind of content you create and why you would have picked which camera.